you guys to think about something really quick. Number one, I want you to think about is look at the last 10 years you've been in business. Now, if you haven't been in business 10 years, think about all the whole time you've been in business. And if you've only been in business like a year, think about your last 10 years of life. Okay? And I want you to look at the time or times when things were just humming. Things were cranking and everything was clicking. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's like everything like it's just all coming together. You're calling the business owner, they want to work with you. You just got a text from like your buddy's friend who wants to work with you. You just saw your ads are cranking. This is going smooth. Your relationship, everything's just on all cylinders, right? But I want you, if you can, specifically think about it within the realm of your business, okay? And I want you to think about that time, okay? Take a second to think about that time. And I want you to try and remember exactly what you were doing at that time, okay? You're not going to remember everything, but I want you to think of any details that you remember about that specific time, okay? Think about it. Think about that exact time. Everyone, if you've been in business 10 years, there is a time or times when, by the way, Mom Mood, what's up, bro? There are times or a time when you were clicking more than all the rest. And you had momentum, you were excited, things were popping, you just were on fire and people could feel your energy and you were just stoked, okay? And then I want you to think, as I asked you, what were you doing? Think about the things that you were doing during that time or those times, okay? And the funny thing is the key to repeating those times is to go do those things. Those things that were working, the things that were working well when things were clicking, that's what you need to do. That's it. That's what you need to do. You need to strip away everything else and you need to go and do exactly what you were doing at that time. Okay? And it might have been activities within your business. It could have also been something you were doing outside of business. It could have been, hey, I was going to the gym every single day. I was, I know for me, some of the best times I've had, this may sound weird to some of you, maybe not, but like I'm reading the Bible. I'm reading, from the Word of God, and I'm praying with intent, and I'm trying to be. It's funny for me. My best times are when I'm trying to be the best version of myself, not just in business, but in all areas. So I know that like that's a thing for me. We're not talking about that today. I'm just giving you guys an idea. Okay. So what I did is, as I was listening to this YouTube video by Mr. Hormozy himself, I started looking at the time when I scaled the most because I was trying to repeat like, hey, I want to scale this thing up. I'm ready to just make a huge push. I'm ready to quit playing freaking small ball. I'm ready to quit being okay. You guys probably just heard me rant last night. I'm ready to quit being okay with us not getting an offer out. I'm ready to take freaking action and to go and crank this thing up. Period. End of story. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm in Dubai right now. If you guys didn't know that, I'm in Dubai, and everywhere around me is money, and everything around me is like, it's not like I'm in Podunk, Utah anymore. It's like there's supercars at every restaurant. There's it's such a high standard, and I freaking love it because I'm like, I gotta go make more money. I don't want to be one of those pretenders. I gotta go make some damn money because I know that everything costs money, and I know that if I want to be in the right circles, I gotta make more money. It's just got me excited. Okay. So as I was listening to this, I was looking at the time when I had the most growth, because for me, we've had growth, but it hasn't been like, we haven't had one of those huge surges like I did before. And so I started looking at what was the time when I had the most explosive growth, okay? And I realized pretty quickly that was back in 2020. You guys have heard the story. 2019, I'm making $8,000 a month, $8,000 to $10,000 a month, right? About the same. By July of 2020, I am making $100,000 per month. So I'm sitting there going, Nick, what were you doing? What were the things that you were doing then? Number one. And then this is the most important question, I think, more important, and this is where Hormozy inspired me, is, and I want you guys to think, I want you to really listen to what I'm saying, and he said this and it made so much sense is, what were the things I was not doing? We're always trying to add. We're always trying to think about what do we need to add? What are the, got to do the, I saw Wim Hof and he wants to do the ice bath. If I just do the ice bath, if I just start reading a book, if I just start reaching out and networking once a week, and in reality, we spend very little time thinking, what are the people that are the most successful? What are they not doing that I am doing? What are the things that we need to stop doing? And it sounds so dumb. It sounds so whatever, cliche, easy, simple. But I started looking at 2020 and I realized that yes, we were doing our very best to make a closing or to make an offer every single day. That's true. And that's why I went and ranted last night. That is true. But the difference between now and then is the things that I was not doing that I'm doing now. Okay? So let me tell you what, I hope I'm not speaking in code, and I hope that you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, okay? Because I'm going to go over it. I'm going to tell you exactly what I was not doing. And guys, I got some real life examples. This is a week ago, yesterday, a week ago from yesterday. I think I heard this on Monday of last week, maybe Tuesday. And by Friday, guys, I made some massive moves, some big, heavy conversations, some massive changes that I knew I needed to make, okay? So here's the things that I was doing / not doing, okay? In a nutshell, I said no in 2020, January. Actually, let me be honest with you. I'm being very specific. It wasn't until March. In a nutshell, I said no to everyone and everything except for the things that were going to get me closer to my goal. And my goal was $100,000 per month. Okay? I said no to everyone and everything except things that were going to get me closer to that goal. Okay? Let me go ahead and give you some examples on the personal level. Number one, I stopped doing specific hobbies during the week. Now, I'm not somebody that thinks you have to completely cut everything out at all. I'm an extremist, I realize that, but I do think it was very necessary for me that during the week, I treated my weekdays Monday at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. whenever I woke up until Saturday morning at 9 or 10, because I always booked a sales call on Saturday morning. That was holy time. That was making hay time. That was when I was making my freaking money. And you know what? Saturday from about 9, 10 a.m., until Sunday, 8, 9 o'clock at night, that was me time. I would watch Netflix. I would go golf. I would do those things. And I think that's fine, because if you don't, then when you binge on them, you go all in way too much. On the business side, this is what I want to talk about today, guys. No, I cut all the business stuff, okay? And at the time I had tricked myself, and some of you guys might have fallen into this trap. I had tricked myself into thinking that just because I wasn't naming these services different business names, that I didn't have multiple businesses, okay? My company is called Evergreen. But within Evergreen, we were offering SEO. We were offering website builds. We were offering white labeling software, go high level. Imagine, what a waste of time, okay? And by the way, not that if you just went in on that you couldn't make money, but what a waste of time distracting myself from the main thing. Consulting. I would sell my time for dollars for sure at that point. Okay. Social media management. We had like I didn't even write this one down. Swag. We were selling swag. I started dabbling with selling masks to my clients. Guys, I had like 7 businesses inside this one business. And you know what the worst part is? I thought I had the game figured out. I was like, yo, I got these 8 clients. Let's call it 8. I think it was like 8, 9 clients. Maybe it was 7. I'm like, I'm getting, $8,000 a month. Some of them are SEO, some of them are lead gen. I'm going to sell the SEO ones lead gen, the lead ones SEO. I'm going to sell them all, these masks. I'm going to sell them all protective PPE, protective whatever, personal protective equipment. I'm going to sell them swag because they all need shirts. And I started looking at merchant services. I'm going to get them on. So guys, it sounds like I'm making this up. This is how my brain was thinking. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to have like 5 or 6 different income streams. Set, average millionaire makes 7, whatever. He has 7 income streams. I'm thinking I'm just balling and I got this and I got that. And then, we also did Facebook leads too. I had some mortgage client. Dude, it was a joke, dude. A joke, okay? So I cut it all of it. And keep in mind, at this time, SEO made up more than half my business. So I made a big boy move. I went to my employee, this is my buddy, but also my employee. He was basically just managing SEO clients because that's where he kind of fell into. And I said, look, dude, I'm not doing SEO, man. I'm not focusing on it. I'm focused on lead gen. Why don't you go start a company? We'll do a deal. I'll take this $5,000. I'll put it in your company's name. We'll split it down the middle, 25-25. And I'll send you deals. I'll close them. You manage them. You cut me a check for 50% minus the hard costs, right? For the hosting or this or that. He's like, okay, sounds good. So I did that. I got rid of my SEO. I'm not touching it. I'm not talking to business owners. I said, I don't want to talk to them. I don't even want them to know I'm involved, to be honest. I'm going to close the deal and then refer them to you. It's going to be under a different company. I don't want to know. That's just the truth, okay? So I did that. But I even went further, guys. And what I did at this point, it's in 2020. And again, I'm a big believer that if it worked one time, it's going to work again. But I went even further and I said, you know what? I'm going to get even more specific within this business. And I stopped doing all kinds of different deal structures. At the time, I had some pay per lead. I had some flat fee. I had tried a commission deal. I think at that point, maybe I tried it, hopefully not after that, but I tried a commission deal and I just said, you know what? I'm getting rid of all the different deal structures. I'm going to do one. I'm going to do flat fee lead generation. Are you going to lose a little bit of money, Nick? Yeah, maybe. Maybe on some of your sites you're getting more money for because there's more leads. You might lose a little bit of money, but you know what you're going to get is you're going to have a consistent, repeatable plan of action, a consistent process that you sell the same thing and you have the same offer and it's just going to be easy. You don't have to manage it. And I made that decision. I'm only going to do flat fee deals. Okay. I also made the decision I'm not doing month-to-month contracts and that's it. I'm doing 6-month minimum. If it's going to be a deal breaker, I'll drop down to a 3, but everything's a 6-month. Okay. Then I went a step further. I said, you know what? I'm going to focus on one singular niche. And I said, which niche do I want to focus on? I decided on tree service. And I admittedly, I did have a couple of websites that were ranking, that were generating leads. And I was like, I'm going to get those sold as well. But I'm going to have one single focus on this entire year, and that's tree service. And that's exactly what I did. Okay. Then I looked at my sales process. I had all these different ways of prospecting. I had a car wrap. I was posting on social media. I was trying to network with people who had similar audiences. I a little bit tried the BNI group. I did this strategy. Some of you guys will know what I'm talking about, where you build a site. It's like a review website, and you go interview local businesses, and they come in, and you put a thing on your website, a write up, and then, by the way, I offer these services, and you try to backdoor them. Okay. And I looked at the thing and I'm like, nope, I'm doing one sales process. And what I decided on is I'm going to figure out how to pre-sell. And I'm going to pre-sell. I'm going to figure out this ad thing. And I'm going to sell by giving people leads in advance. And that's what I did. Is I had one sales process. I stopped doing the review side. I stopped going to BNI groups. I stopped posting on Facebook. I stopped doing all the other stuff. I stopped trying to network with people that had similar audiences. I didn't have a YouTube, nothing at this time. One sales process. And it was leads in advance using Google Ads. Okay, ads to a landing page, boom, 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 done. Okay, I went to $100,000 per month within 8 months. I want you guys to think about that. Think about how much, the increase that I did, I basically, let's say I was at 10K, I 10X my revenue. Okay, if you could 10X your revenue in the next 8 months, what would that do for your life? How would your life change? Jason Allred. Imagine being where you're at today and knowing that within 8 months, by the first of the year, by March, April, you're making $100K per month. You're now a 7-figure person. You're not just messing around with this business model. You're not just making some side hustle money. You're doing this for real. It changes your life, man. Everything changes.